welcome to another episode of Beer for Breakfast ABV. I am Danielle from Marty and Danielle in the Mornings on 91X. As always, I have my beer drinking partner in crime with me, Paul Segura, brewmaster of Karl Strauss, and we are so stoked to welcome Joe, one of the co-founders of Local Roots Kombucha here in Vista, California. Welcome, Joe.
Thank you. Welcome.
Joe, cheers, man.
Cheers.
Good to have some kombucha on the show once in a while.
Yeah, good to shake it up a little bit.
Little booch for breakfast. So we're kicking things off with the strawberry mojito hard kombucha coming in at 6%. Tell me all about this, Joe.
Yeah, this was, funny enough, basically our first hard kombucha flavor we ever made. We started actually in the non-alcoholic space with the vision of kind of going into the alcohol space. Ryan and I, as cousins, are both craft beer guys ourselves, but for different reasons, we kind of got into better for you eating, drinking, discovered hard kombucha, and really started falling in love with playing around with flavors and making it. And so it was originally just a strawberry lemonade flavor that kind of evolved, and we just said, hey, let's throw a splash of mint in it, and it kind of evolved, and it really stuck. And it's been our mainstay from day one. It's been the most popular for sure. I think especially in the kombucha world where people may not love the tanginess of some flavors. This flavor is kind of one of those really approachable, anyone can drink it, anyone can enjoy it flavors.
I think you nailed that part of it. It's not super acidic or tangy or like sour. You drink it, and like when you smell it, you get all that strawberry, and then you taste it, and then you get the mint. It's kind of funny how it works. But the flavors blend really nicely together.
Yeah, and one thing too is we try to make it, all of our flavors a little obvious of kind of what it's going to taste like. Some people don't necessarily know what hibiscus or lavender may taste like. For us, that's why we went more over the cocktail idea, theme, flavor. So you kind of have an idea of what it should taste like, and then hopefully you're not disappointed once you get there. So yeah, that's kind of been in the vision from the beginning.
This is great. And as I'm reading the can, what I love about this is it says, I'm alive, keep cold. Ingredients, organic raw kombucha, organic strawberry, organic lemon, organic mint, yeast. Yeah, that is it. That's everything in this can. And I love that so much that you guys are keeping it all organic. We know exactly what is in it. Since kombucha is a little bit of not really in our wheelhouse of what we know here with beer, can you explain to me why it says I'm alive, keep cold?
Yeah, so unlike beer, we actually want bacteria present. And for us, that's probiotics. Kombucha's been around for over 1,500 years, really only been commercialized in the last 20. GT, Dave, and those guys have kind of brought it to mainstream. And it is a living culture. So, the active culture is bacteria, yeast, there's a bunch of polyphenols, and it's kind of a tough environment. And so there's bacteria and yeast active. So if it does get a little warm, it'll kind of wake back up. It loves room temperature, kombucha does. So, and if there's any sugars left behind, it'll kind of keep fermenting. So for us, keep it cold. That helps tame it, and so it doesn't wake up too much. We've had our licks with some exploding can batches, and we've learned a lot through the years, but yeah.
I think anybody who has ever gotten a hard kombucha and didn't know that, I know I've totally been there. Didn't get it in the refrigerator. It got more than room temperature, and I was like, oh, what happened to this can?
Yeah. The worst is when you leave them in your car on a hot summer day and they explode, because kombucha doesn't smell that awesome the next day. I'll be honest.
When you guys package these into cans, is there still a little bit of residual in there, or are you letting it attenuate all the way out before you package?
Yeah, we pretty much get it to almost fully attenuated. The only challenge is when we then add the juices. So you're adding back in some fresh fruit juices and stuff that the yeast do love. So that's why we try to keep it still as cold as possible.
Gotcha. Well, there's still there's some effervescence there. It's bubbly, it's refreshing. Yep. I've had some though that are a little bit too bubbly and refreshing.
Yeah.
You pop it and there's
and you lose a bunch. Yeah.
And then you lose a bunch.
Yep.
So
for us, keeping it cold, keeping it real. And there are, some people out there, they have come up with more shelf stable versions that may be pasteurized or whatever, and don't have live kombucha and don't have to worry about that. For us, we want to keep it real, keep it authentic, and this is our take at it.
So, Joe, the first time that I ever tried Local Roots Kombucha, it was actually when I was working at Thorn Brewery in North Park, and we had on your non-alcoholic kombucha, just giving the drinkers, our patrons, another option. But how did Local Roots start? What is your guys' story?
Yeah, and I think it was actually the strawberry lemon or strawberry mint you guys were buying a lot of, right? Yeah. Yep. I remember those days, hand delivering and all that. No, so Ryan and I started, kind of was a vision, we joked about for many years. We're both from Maine, funny enough, and both have transplanted to San Diego. And as San Diegans, we really fell into the craft beer scene and love craft beer, probably been to every brewery more than once here in San Diego. So, for Ryan and I, it was always one of those passion projects. We love brewing. We love, trying all the varieties that San Diego has to offer. But joked it was kind of a little late to join the game. And then, we both got into making kombucha. Ryan was doing a lot of cold press juicing, and it kind of became like a natural evolution. I'll never forget. We were at a Thanksgiving dinner, and Boochcraft had just launched, and a nod to them for making it kind of a good tasting alcoholic beverage. We were trying it, and Ryan had never really had kombucha before, and kind of turned his nose up at it. And then as we were trying it, he's kind of like, okay, this isn't that bad. And so it was a slow evolution. And then we just started on the side, just making some non-alcoholic batches, and then said, if we're going to do this, jump all in, we might as well, make it the fun stuff. So, both of us at that time had kind of gone through some old health scares in our own right. And with that kind of reshaped everything, going all organic, plant-based eating and all that stuff. So it was kind of a natural evolution for us. It was kind of like, hey, we love beer, but we've also really changed our diet. So this seems to be that perfect fit for us.
Paul has been a big proponent of kombucha. When we started doing Beer for Breakfast together almost 5 years ago, we talked about this, and he would tell me, he's like, no, like, brewer's gut is a thing, and like kombucha will help it. And I was like, you're crazy, what are you talking about? And now here we are, and I'm like, you were right. Yeah,
we like to say, have your cake and eat it too, right? I mean, you gotta have a little fun with it, but you're getting your probiotics, and it's made with all natural juices. There's no fillers or anything like that, so you don't feel as bloated and maybe as bad the next day if you have too many.
Well, only if you have a lot, I think. I mean, right now at 6%, I think this is pretty crushable. I could see having several in a social setting, and I think this like Danielle said, I'm a huge fan of the probiotics, but I drink a lot of yeasty beers and stuff too. So
yeah.
It just kind of sets my gut right. And I think there's other health benefits too, aside from just, the probiotic thing. But I've been, like she said, I'm a longtime proponent of this. And these just taste good. And you guys take it the extra level of going all organic. That's got to be a lot more expensive for you guys to produce.
It's a little bit, and it's it takes more time on the the certification end, making sure we're doing all the right things, and sourcing. And sourcing has been a big topic for us this year, especially through COVID and all the unknowns. And so the team's done an awesome job of really kind of dual and triple sourcing all organic to do it the right way. And I think from day one, Ryan and I wanted to do it the right way, and we believed in kombucha, and we thought that this could be a real thing in the alcohol space too. So organic was kind of non-negotiable for us. Keeping it authentic and not pasteurizing was non-negotiable for us. So we've just kind of had fun with it, and it's been a little extra work, but we think it's worth every penny that it takes to keep it real.
I'm sure consumers feel it's pretty worth it too once they get turned on to it. I'm excited to try this next flavor too. It's the way it looks right now.
Well, let's pop it open. As we pop it open, I mean, Joe, obviously there aren't a lot of kombucha producers here in San Diego, but what makes Local Roots different than the other kombuchas that we're seeing on the market?
Yeah. We still think it's kind of an interesting space because it is so new. And for us, we've always kind of sat on taste. The kombucha space, like we mentioned earlier, is sometimes people are, turned away from it being too acidic or, too tangy. And we've really, really tried hard to make it approachable for anyone that doesn't like kombucha. Yeah. And it's funny.
Dude, I know that we're not supposed to drink with our eyes, but the minute that I saw that this was kind of like a blue-green color, I was like, the child inside of me was like, oh my gosh.
Look at the color of that. It looks like.
I know, and it's just spirulina. No food colorings there.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So for us, I mean, what differentiates us, we try to be, super friendly, forward flavors that are approachable to anyone, and fun flavors, right? Make it blue, make it have a little fun to it, and not have, the novelty of it. Strawberry mojito, make it like a cocktail. We've got the Cali Mule, which is our take on a Moscow Mule. So kind of having fun with the flavors, just being bold in our flavor too, not being shy with making it taste, really flavorful and flavor forward. That's kind of been our MO from the beginning.
Let's dive into island vibes. Because, oh my gosh.
Right? I mean, it's like, and I hope this isn't offensive in any way, because I mean it in a good way, but it's like a blue Hawaiian.
Yes!
Right?
Yeah.
Or like an ocean water from Sonic. Like, it's so good.
Yep. We, funny enough, Blue Hawaiian was almost the name of it. But we didn't end up going with that. So yeah, no, that's actually the inspiration was the cocktail theme. We were like, hey, how do we make a Blue Hawaiian? I love Blue Hawaiians the first time I went to the Caribbean, and that was kind of my go-to drink, which was the inspiration for this exactly. So funny you mentioned that. So, and then we could do it authentic, right? Blue Curacao probably doesn't. It may have some food coloring in it, but for us, we were like, how do we make it blue but keeping it organic? And that's where we found some blue spirulina that kind of makes it pop for sure. It was
I wouldn't change anything about it, but I wonder how. If this is getting on another weird topic for you, but the name Island Vibes with Coronado Brewing Company.
Yeah.
Are they cool with it? Are they?
We've chatted. We have a couple different options for potentially rebranding or just kind of tweaking it a little bit to make it make sense. But yeah, it's funny. They reached out probably 2 months after we had launched it, and we're like, oh geez, didn't mean to do that. Yeah. Great minds think alike, right? No, so we did have that conversation, and we're kind of refreshing some of the can designs, and we'll have to make sure we take that into account going forward.
Dude, this kombucha is legit. All I want in the world is to sit on a beach right now and just sip on this and look at the ocean. You guys captured a Blue Hawaiian perfectly.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you. That was the intent. And it's one of those ones that it goes down maybe too easy sometimes, and it just tastes like summer, makes you feel like summer, even though it's dead of winter here in San Diego.
San Diego is summertime year round.
Mm-hmm.
You can
exactly right.
So Joe, super cool. You guys over at Local Roots Kombucha have extended a discount to all of the 91X Beer for Breakfast listeners. If you would like to put in an order for Local Roots Hard Kombucha, you go to their website and use the discount code Beer for Breakfast, and they're taking 20% off for the rest of the year up to the 31st on all of the Local Roots Kombucha. And as I was perusing the website, seeing what my options were, I also saw this really awesome holiday bundle that you guys are doing. Please tell me about the holiday bundle.
Yeah, so the holiday bundle is we're doing our Strawberry Mojito with our Cali Mule, so a little green and red theme. And then with it, you get a pair of awesome socks. In fact, I have a pair right here.
Socks!
So they're very holiday themed.
Oh, those are sweet.
Local Roots holiday socks that you get with it. So yeah, and with that, right, $5 for every order. Every one of those does go to Father Joe's. We do partake in as much local, involvement and giving back to the community as much as we can. So both November now and December, a portion of all sales, both online and to go to Father Joe's, and this being kind of like a little special for us.
That is so awesome. So if I understand it correctly, you get a 6-pack of the Cali Mule, you get a 6-pack of the Strawberry Mojito, and you get the limited edition socks, and $5 of that bundle go all to Father Joe's Village.
That's right. Yeah, you basically get the socks for free, and then another $5 of that also gets to go towards Father Joe's Village. That's correct.
That is so amazing. Oh my gosh, I love when we are able to come together as a community and help each other out all around. So good on you guys over there at Local Roots Hard Kombucha.
Yeah, I mean, it's in the name, right? And we've had, I remember in the early days, we had so many branding exercises of what we're going to call ourselves. And we really felt that, in pre-COVID even, but now even more than ever, just needing that feel of community and the feeling of local and everyone's in this together sort of thing. And so, from day one, we've wanted to be very focused and giving back to the local community. And, we did back in the early days of COVID, we did the All Together beer. We did our own take on a kombucha beer blend. Wasn't the best flavor, but I loved it, and it actually did quite well. So it was kind of something we just said, we want to partake in that. And then, we did Age Run back in October, and then, Father Joe's now giving back. And then now we're planning into next year on really some bigger exercises to kind of get back more to the community. But, that's one thing that we've wanted to do from day one.
I look forward to our future partnerships because I'm sure that we'll be doing some awesome stuff with Local Roots. Paul, I know that you are the big kombucha fan here. Get in on this.
This measures up. And I kind of came into this thinking, I don't know, it's looking at the colors before I even drank them. I'm kind of going, I wonder if they're not using all natural ingredients. Spirulina, I would have never thought to use the spirulina to get that color. I like the flavors. I like that it's all natural and organic. I like everything about this. And then, having met Joe now, even virtually, and you guys helping out Father Joe, I like everything about this. This is pretty awesome. I'm gonna be hyping you guys up going forward.
Yeah, appreciate it, Paul. Yeah, that's we want to do it the right way. And, we kind of think as San Diego is the capital of craft, we want to keep that going, right? And whatever that means, if it's not beer, that's okay. We can kind of keep it going in whatever fashion San Diego can make it happen. So we love giving back. That's what we're all about. And, the team's got a bunch of plans in store for next year. We have some even more sessionable versions. So we do have a little bit lighter version maybe coming soon in the early season. And then, we're going to plan out some real big quarterly events, and hopefully post-COVID world too. We can have a little more fun next year doing events and stuff. So.
Joe, we cannot wait to celebrate 2021 with Local Roots. Fingers crossed 2021 is not a repeat of 2020. Joe, other than in the tasting room up in Vista or ordering online on your website, where are the best places to get Local Roots Kombucha?
Yeah, we have a bunch of awesome retailer partners. We've been in from day one. Lazy Acres, Bristol Farms. We got Jimbo's, Mother's, and most recently just launched with Sprouts. So kind of getting a little bit of everywhere out there. So and more to come. But yeah, those kind of our big partners right now locally that have really helped carry this thing, especially in a world with not much on premise. Those guys have helped out a lot for sure.
Joe from Local Roots Hard Kombucha, thank you so much for joining Paul and I for Beer for Breakfast ABV, and thank you for everything that you are doing for the community. Remember, if you order beer from Local Roots Kombucha on their website, make sure you put in the promo code Beer for Breakfast. You'll get 20% off of your entire order. Also, get their Hard Kombucha in stores, and don't forget about that holiday bundle. What an amazing, amazing way to help out Father Joe's Village, and you get a little something for yourself as well. Remember, every Friday morning, Paul joins Marty and I on 91X at 9:10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for Beer for Breakfast. We will be drinking Local Roots Hard Kombucha. Thank you so much, Joe, for joining Paul and I, and cheers to independently owned craft booch and radio in San Diego.
Thank you both.
Yeah.
Cheers.
91X.